So this is Jace Sparks. I saw Jace at Lassie Pug, which is the LA Creative Pro user group. And this is an excellent organization. They're another one of our promotional partners. They agreed to let me come in and talk to the group about the Jump Cut conference. And it's a wonderful community, and they do excellent talks, very similar to what we're doing here today, usually once a month in the evening for a few hours. So if you're not familiar with them, it's LACPUG. Definitely check them out. They're amazing. They're on break this summer, but we'll be back in September. So when I went to, I think it was the last event that they had, I saw Jace give this talk, and I was super impressed. It was very thorough, very in-depth, and on the topic of generative AI for video editors. It's very controversial. Some people are excited by it. Some people hate the idea. Some people are in the middle. And no matter where you are, I felt like this talk was very educational, informative, and can inform you no matter what side you're on it. And I thought he had a very important message in terms of how to use it. And really was excited to have him come in today. And so let's give him a warm welcome. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. As Reed just introduced me, my name is Jace Sparks. I'm the Chief Product Officer for Q Media, which is a global media conglomerate. I oversee 6 television networks, 2 influencer marketing companies, and a video game company, mostly out of India, and we reach about 1 billion people monthly. So the reason why I'm here today is like this topic's coming up, right? And so a lot of people have asked me to speak about it because, let's be real, I'm a professional nerd. That's my job. And before I begin, I want to state my clear stance on AI, which is I'm a huge supporter of the WGA, first and foremost. I'm a huge supporter of SAG, and everything they're doing, I'm fully behind it. This talk is quite literally meant to educate people on how to understand AI, whether it's to help inform you to communicate better with your unions, or to help you find better ways to communicate your intention. And the point of this talk specifically is about intention, right? And how much of your intention as an artist are you gonna remove from the process of creating, and how much you're gonna give away to AI, all right? So that being said, let's dive in. This is generative AI video for editors and stuff, right? And the purpose of this talk is AI is a tool that will enable us to communicate a vision better, all right? And as I just said, right, your job as an artist is to showcase your intention, right? Showcase your intention to the world. That's why we're all here. We've all spent 10,000 hours in our lives to get to where we are today. And we don't necessarily want to give away our intention to AI, all right? So for anything you can imagine, there's an AI for that, all right? And what I'm going to show you, and what's happening across the planet right now, are websites like these. There's an AI for that, right? And I strongly encourage every single person in this room to come to websites like these to research what's happening. Once again, to better inform yourself, but to allow you to find tools to help you communicate better with your team. And as we dive deeper into my talk, that's actually what I'm trying to enable you to do, is I'm trying to enable you to be able to communicate better with your colleagues, all right? So we're gonna keep going. And for the sake of having to minimize and maximize my keynote, I'm gonna be lazy. I'm not gonna keep on doing that because this is a live demo, and we're gonna go through it. So what we're gonna talk about today is an AI stack, all right? And this is where the controversial lies today, is how much of a stack are you using, and how can you formulate a stack that works for a process you're trying to achieve? And the tools we're focusing on specifically today, and you can replace these tools however you see fit, is ChatGPT, which I'm sure everyone in this room is familiar with, to write a script, 11 Labs to create a voiceover, Midjourney to generate some storyboard images, and Kyber to make some AI movies. All right, that being said, let's dive into AI ChatGPT. How do you prepare your script? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into ChatGPT, and we're gonna do, oh, it's minimize, there we go. Struggling. All right, we're gonna create a new chat here, all right? I'm gonna have that up, I'm gonna go back to it. And what I'm gonna show you specifically is how to prompt ChatGPT to help you. All right, so when you're writing a prompt, there's a basic formula that I've been trying to utilize, and I'm giving you my secret sauce right now, It's time. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to write a 30-second script. What type of script? I want to do a voiceover. What's the word count? Because let's be more specific, and as you just will determine and discover, is that the more specific you are with chat tools, or sorry, learning language model tools, the better output you'll get, and the log line. So let's do that real quick. Let's see what happens. So let's say write a 30, I can't type, second script. We're going back here. What type of script? It's going to be a voiceover script. So let's add that before that. Voice over script. Go back to our prompt. Word count. Let's say less than 80 words. We don't want to be that long. 80 words. And last piece, the log line. So let's do on puppies who love ice cream. All right, completely random, right? And the last piece I want to show you, which is really important, is adding descriptions, all right? Add scene descriptions. And before I hit enter, I know this makes me look like a cool tech nerd or a demon. So depending on whoever you are, I apologize in advance. You have a question? Oh, it did. It got me. It got me. Add scan. All right, so let's do it. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to hit enter. And right there, right off the rip, it just outputs a script. All right, I'm going to read a sample to you really quick. All right. Background music, upbeat and cheerful. Scene A, sunny park with a grassy field. Narrator, voiceover. In a world filled with joy, there's a group of adorable puppies who have discovered the sweetest delight. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, all right, because then it gets a little weird. You know, you see me reading a script about, puppies who love ice cream. So Reed was at the last presentation, so I'm going to just take a note from that presentation because the next piece I'm going to do is kind of weird and kind of cool at the same time. We're just going to remove scene descriptions real quick. Okay, and it should output, well, it added a few of them. Remove narrator. I can't spell today. Oh gosh, this is terrible. Narrator from script. Okay. There we go. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. It'll be easier for me to do it. It was a shot in the dark. And we're going to move to the second part of the presentation, which is, now that you have the script, what can you do with it, right? We're going to take the script I just output out of ChatGPT, and I'm going to feed it into another tool, my AI stack that I was talking about. And this stack that I'm going to show you now is called 11 Labs, all right? I had another script earlier. Instead of having to go and remove all the prompts, I'm just going to run this one. It's literally a script I ran earlier just prepping for this. We're going to use a custom voice that comes out of the box, which is called Bella. I've never heard what Bella sounds like. Let's generate it real quick.
Meet Max, the lovable golden retriever with a passion for life's sweetest treat. But there's one thing that makes Max's tail wag even faster. Ice cream. His eyes light up as he patiently waits for his favorite flavor. From the first lick to the last, Max savors every creamy, delicious bite. For Max, ice cream is not just a treat. It's a moment of pure happiness. So the next time you're craving a sweet indulgence, remember Max and his unwavering love for ice cream. Max, the golden retriever who reminds us to savor life's simple pleasures.
That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So, a lot of you probably in the audience are starting to think, Jace, that's cool, but I know how this game works, right? That is just one voice, right? They probably only have 5, and I'm not going to like any of the voices they have, right? Let's be honest. So what this tool has that's really interesting, that I found really fascinating, is that you can go into their voice library, right? And there's all these different voices you can sample. And when it gets really cool is you can change the accent. So I have a couple television networks in India, and I'm doing voiceovers all the time there. So I'm going to see if I can find something interesting. So this sounds interesting. Let's see what this sounds like.
The truth of the matter is that you always know the right thing to do. The hard part is doing it.
Okay. So what I could do is I could hit, add to Voice Lab, I'm going to call this testy, because I can't be an adult. I'm going to hit finish, and we're going to go into speech synthesis, and it should be in here. Testy, there we go. So I just grabbed this. I've never used this before. Just threw it in. Let's generate, and I want you to see how fast this is.
Meet Max, the lovable golden retriever with a passion for life's sweetest treat. But there's one thing that makes Max's tail wag even faster. Ice cream. His eyes light up.
Okay, you get it. All right, so it's pretty impressive. Now, you're probably still thinking, well, Jace, that's still a lot of pre-selected, voices. How can I get this more interesting? Maybe I want to add my voice to it. So I got really curious. Can you do that? And you can. You can go into a new thing they have, which is called Voice Lab, and you can add instant voice cloning, right? So to save time, because I know the last thing you guys want to do is see me just sit here and cook and make this happen, I kind of cheated a little bit for this demo, and I did some pre-records to show you this. We're going to go with this sample right here.
Hello, it is Jace Sparks. I'm here sitting alone in my office. I'm talking to my computer hilariously alone, hopefully about to provide you.
Okay, you get it. All right, the audio is really bad, and that's actually intentional, right? The reason why I did that is I wanted to show you that I recorded this off my laptop. I was approximately like this far away, right? Very bad sample, no professional microphone, just wanted to see what would happen. And what I did is I ingested it, I did all the parameters, I set them, and then I went to speech synthesis, and I gave this one Techno Bro Cali, because I consider myself a tech bro, and that's, whatever. And let's generate that. So this is no microphone. This is right out of the box. Let's see what it sounds like.
Meet Max, the lovable golden retriever with a passion for life's sweetest treat. But there's one thing that makes Max's tail wag even faster. Ice cream. His eyes light up as he patiently waits for his favorite flavor. From the first lick to the last, Max savors every creamy, delicious bite. For Max, ice cream is not just a treat, it's a moment of pure happiness. So the next time you're...
Okay, you get it. I'm not going to waste your time, and you don't want to hear that again. So we'll come back to that. So there's ethics, right? And we're going to take a quick little like sojourn on this just topic because you brought it up. You never do that, all right? Ever do that. That is wrong, and you shouldn't do it. Now, are there occasions where you can do it for a pitch book? Like you're trying to communicate an idea, you're trying to communicate your intention. This is who I would like to cast in this movie? Absolutely. But like using someone's likeness and their voice, absolutely no-go, no-fly zone. So got that out of the way, quick disclaimer. So I got really curious, right? Speaking of which, because Morgan Freeman has a distinct tonality, right? But there are actors like, Arnold Schwarzenegger who have that real rich accent. So I was really curious, will this take an accent? And I consider my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression to be like right here, great. So.
Listen to me now. I'm here to talk to you about all the things I find important in life. I believe that we are one.
Okay, you get it. All right, I'm not going to embarrass myself further. So I got curious. I'm like, will this pick up on an accent, right? Would be really cool. I'm going to do a spoiler alert. It doesn't pick up on an accent, but what it does do, because as you can hear, the mic I recorded on was way better, right? I'm recording on a Rode microphone. I'm really close to it. Put a lot of effort into it because I really wanted an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. I thought that would have been really cool. So it didn't do it, but it did do this.
Meet Max, the lovable golden retriever with a passion for life's sweetest treat. But there's one thing that makes Max's tail wag even faster. Ice cream. His eyes light up as he patiently waits for...
Okay, so what it did is it pretty closely took my voice and it gave it that real crisp sound. And I can easily spit out voiceovers instantaneously, right? And we're going to continue on because that kind of summarizes this. We're going to go back into our stack, right? Because we're doing a presentation of how do you combine these tools, all right? So I copy and pasted, the dialogue from ChatGPT. Now, how do we make this more interesting, right? It's we need storyboards on top of this, right? We have a great story that's starting to formulate, but we need visuals to add to it. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you my secret sauce. It's prompt plus secret sauce. So what is the secret sauce? This is the secret sauce. This is the time where you get out your phone, you take a picture of it, and you try to like, do whatever you got to do. What I found is this right here will give you the best results in Midjourney because you're telling it a lot of things, right? You're saying that you want it to be hyper-realistic. You want photorealism. You want intricate details. And the thing I want you to pay attention the most in this is the lens and the aperture. All right, the lens and the aperture, 16 millimeter, 2.8 aperture. This is where you can set your intention, right, for the image you're trying to capture and the depth of field, how wide you want to be, and it actually will do a pretty good job. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Midjourney, which I already have up, and I'm going to do Imagine. Okay, we're going to select Midjourney, and I have a penchant for saying clowns eating ice cream because it's just so random. What we're going to do is we're going to take our secret sauce, okay, boom. I'm going to do this, I'm going to Command V, and I'm just going to change this up a little bit because I actually prefer 24 millimeter. I want it to be a little bit closer. Okay, cool. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Enter. All right, I'm going to let this cook for a minute because if I sat here forever and let it happen, it would take too long. And we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to go to the canned demo. Before we do that, though, we're going to go to one more thing. We're going to go to ChatGPT, and we're going to go to Astro Dreamer's Journey. So for the rest of the presentation, we're going to focus on this script I wrote in preparation for this, because obviously if you guys sat here and watched me cook a lot of Midjourney images, you might be really bored. So I have a script right here, and we'll go through it. Screen, starry night, sky. All right, let's take a look at what Midjourney spit out from me whenever I did that. Okay, that's scene one. It spit that out. I didn't really change anything. I just put it in with my secret sauce. All right. The next thing we have here, a cozy bedroom illuminated by a small nightlight. All right, I will show you that. That's what it spit out for me. Right, and what you'll discover is as we go down the scene list, taking Midjourney, taking the prompts, inputting it with my secret sauce, it outputs some pretty high quality images. Going through. Pretty cool, right? So what would this look like on a timeline? We now have something that's starting to tell a real story. All right, let's see what this sounds like in phase one of just the standard images and voiceover that we've already put together from the tools that we've done. You're lowering the volume. This is my teammate right here. He's doing a great job. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to play this real quick.
In a world where dreams soar high, a child's imagination takes flight. With eyes fixed on the endless expanse above, their heart yearns for the distant unknown. They listen intently, fueled by curiosity, as their dreams take shape. Every step, every jump, they embrace the spirit of exploration, because for this child the sky is not the limit. Their dream becomes reality, inspiring a new generation of stargazers. Dream big, reach for the stars, because with unwavering determination, anything is possible.
Pretty cool, right? So let's add a little bit of tension into it. Let's split up the voiceover a little bit. Let's add shorten and lengthen some clips. Let's see what that sounds like. And on top of that, let's see what that sounds like.
In a world where dreams soar high, a child's imagination takes flight. With eyes fixed on the endless expanse above, their heart yearns for the distant unknown. They listen intently, fueled by curiosity, as their dreams take shape. Every step, every jump, they embrace the spirit of exploration, because for this child the sky is not the limit. Their dream becomes reality, inspiring a new generation of stargazers. Dream big, reach for the stars, because with unwavering determination, anything is possible.
Okay, so now we're getting to make something really interesting, but it's missing that last, cool shot, right? It doesn't have that spectacle, that fantastic ending. So let's go to the very beginning, and we're going to talk about Kyber AI, which is a cool tool that's making little video clips. I find it pretty interesting, and what you're going to start to discover over the course, I would say the next 18 months, you're going to see video get a lot better. So we're going to dive into that portion of the demo. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a video. We're going to begin with an initial image. And if I did do a good job. All right, we're going to go to see what image I want to use. Let's use this one. That seems pretty good. All right, upload, continue to prompt. All right, I'm going to say a rocket ship taking off. I'm going to make it cinematic, and I'm going to go to video settings and evolve. I want to do 6 evolutions. You know what? I want to zoom out. I want to see like a bigger scope of this rocket taking off. All right, and I'm going to go to preview frames. It's going to cook for a second. While it's cooking, we're going to go back to Midjourney and see our clown, right? I like this one, upscale version 4, because that's really interesting. Let's see what it does. Whenever you upscale, it's a lot faster, so I can actually hang out here for a moment. And that's the image output from that prompt I just made, right? That's pretty good, right? So, yeah, interesting. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Kyber. It's now started moving on some things. I like this one. I'm going to start this one right here. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to hit Create Video. Now, while it's creating some videos, obviously it's cooking. I want to show you a few that I've already made. Might take a second. Okay, here we go. I did the first image already. I'm going to show you what that looks like now. And that's what it output when I said just show the stars rotating across the sky with a slow zoom, right? It's very stylized, pretty interesting. All right, so let's assume, for the sake of our demo, because once again, I know you guys don't want to watch me just render forever, we're going to go in to our Final Cut Pro timeline. We're going to go to phase 3. All right, this is the completed project, everything put together. Here you go.
In a world where dreams soar high, a child's imagination takes flight. With eyes fixed on the endless expanse above, their heart yearns for the distant unknown. They listen intently, fueled by curiosity, as their dreams take shape. Every step, every jump, they embrace the spirit of exploration, because for this child, the sky is not the limit. Their dream becomes reality, inspiring a new generation of stargazers. Dream big. Reach for the stars, because with unwavering determination, anything is possible.
And that is how you can make an AI full stack little short film. So there you go. Is there any questions? Yeah.
It's just a simple question. So all these AI tools, you have to pay for them, right? To be able to use them?
That whole entire film you just saw, I paid $15 for.
Okay.
Yeah, and something I will say, right? I'm a technologist, and I've seen this happen across many different forms, especially like in NFTs. That's a different story. Is that it's a race to the bottom right now in AI. So what you're going to see is you're going to see all these tools that are very expensive now. Oh man, you're going to start seeing them get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So with that being said, this is another emphasis. That's why I encourage everybody to see this, to talk to your unions and tell them about this stuff, which I know you're already doing, but yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. In the back?
15 a month or 15 just one thing?
Well, I pay 15 a month, and now I can do it for, I can do as many runs as I want.
Let's do like one more really quick question.
Right there.
I was just wondering about the music, if that was AI.
It was AI, yeah. Yeah. I didn't have enough time to go down that tool. So yeah, everything you saw in there minus the edits was AI. Yeah.
What's the name of the music?
Here, I'll tell you. It is,
We're here.
it's Dynascore. Like dinosaur, Dynascore. Yeah. My free trial ran out. That's why I didn't really demo it. I didn't want to pay for it. So there you go. All right. What else, man?
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we gotta keep moving along. If you have any more questions, do seek out Jace.